Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Keenan. Welcome to today's vlog. Here to give you the latest news of this year's NFL Draft. One of the biggest trades thus far in this season. Just yesterday, the Seattle Seahawks traded up 3 picks for Percy Harvin from the Minnesota Vikings. One of these picks included their first round selections for this year's NFL Draft. Now, I think this is a pretty good trade, but a bold trade for the Seattle Seahawks and Coach Pete Carroll. I think they took a pretty high risk in this one because of the condition of Harvin. He was hurt most of last season, and I really think a lot of people are concerned of how he will pick up and go back to the form that we've seen in the earlier years of his earlier career. He's still very young, and I think he is a great, talented athlete and a good pickup, but bold pickup for the Seattle Seahawks. Now, for the Minnesota Vikings, now they really need to focus on getting a receiver and a cornerback for this year's NFL Draft. I think they picked up a great trade, having 2 first-round selections at 23rd and the Seattle Seahawks pick at number 25. One player I really think they should focus on getting is Trayvon Austin out of West Virginia. I thought Seattle should have went for Trayvon Austin for their first selection of this year's draft, but I think that they knew they were going to be at a high risk because the team could reach to get Trayvon Austin. I think Austin is a great first rounder, ranked a 4.25 at the NFL Scouting Combine, actually a 4.3, 4.29 due to the official numbers, but he is still a great wide receiver, a good slot receiver that Seattle should have been focused on, but they picked up Percy Harvin, a good pickup. Now for the Minnesota Vikings, I really think they need to focus on getting a good receiver to replace Percy Harvin, and Trayvon Austin has the skills. He's a beast in my opinion, just like Percy Harvin, and he can even be a good, valuable player on the return as a return specialist, kickoff and punt return. I think this is a phenomenal athlete, and the Minnesota Vikings should definitely focus on selecting him for their first round of this year's NFL Draft, especially having 2 picks. They might even have to sacrifice those 2 selections to bump up and get a closer pick to reach Trayvon Austin, because I think somebody will try to steal him earlier in the first round and around the mid first round of this year's draft. But I'm very excited. Overall, I think this was a good trade for both these teams. The Seahawks picked up that phenomenal receiver, and now they have a good receiving core with Golden Tate, Percy Harvin, and Sidney Rice. If Percy Harvin passes this physical for the Seattle Seahawks, he will be a great acquisition for this receiving core for Seattle. And I really think this is an outstanding pickup because Sidney Rice and Golden Tate will have more one-on-one opportunities against the defensive backs and defenses around the National Football League. Because Percy Harvin is so dangerous, I think a lot of offenses is going to focus on limiting his play on Seattle's offense. But I really think this is going to be a good pickup, and I'm really excited to see what happens later on in this trade season and this era of the year, as well as this year's NFL Draft. Now, I promised you guys I was going to start giving you guys my top 5 players for each position of this year's NFL Draft. I told you I was going to start this week, and I'm going to start off tomorrow with my top 5 quarterbacks. Thank you for watching this vlog. I'm your man, Keenan McCall. Be easy.